Look, if you've been anywhere on the internet lately, you've probably noticed every guru out there is claiming to have the absolute best, highly secretive AI money-making machine. And honestly, it gets super overwhelming. But what actually works for a complete beginner trying to start out in 2026? Well, let's find out together. In this explainer, we're going to rank 11 of the most popular AI business models and see exactly how they stack up based on three crucial factors: difficulty, scalability, and profitability. By the end of this, we are going to completely separate the time-wasting traps from the absolute top-tier winners. Let's dive in. So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the AI knowledge gap, then the traps, which are the low-tier models. After that, Tier B, solid side hustles. Then Tier A, high-reward models. And finally, Tier S, the ultimate winners. Section 1, the AI knowledge gap. Okay. Before we can even think about ranking these models, we absolutely have to understand the core secret that makes the modern AI economy tick. You see, you aren't profiting by being some brilliant Silicon Valley engineer who invents a new AI. No, you are profiting by bridging a gap. There is a massive disconnect right now. On one side, you have these incredibly powerful tools like Claude. But on the other side, you have millions of local businesses and everyday consumers who have literally never even heard of them. Think about it. If you walked outside right now and asked 100 random people on the street, the vast majority have never played with these tools. So your real product isn't the AI itself. Your product is simply being the person who introduces the solution. You are selling the knowledge gap. Section 2, the traps, low-tier models. Right, so beginners constantly get stuck chasing completely the wrong metrics. And when we break down the data, it exposes this massive difference between what people think is easy versus what actually is. We've got AI YouTube Shorts sitting at the absolute bottom in the D tier, with AI phone agents and AI software slightly above in the C tier. Why is that? Well, take AI phone agents. You know, those bots that answer phones for gyms or lawyers. They are super easy to set up, so the difficulty is low. But the scalability, it is basically non-existent because it's the most saturated AI opportunity out there. Literally, everyone starting an AI agency is pitching this exact same service, so it's nearly impossible to stand out. And on the flip side, trying to build an automated AI software company or a YouTube Shorts channel from scratch, that is brutally difficult. To really put this into perspective, let's just look at the math. The YouTube algorithm actually pushes back hard against pure AI spam. To make 20 to 30 grand a month from AdSense on Shorts, you literally have to be smacking roughly 500 million views a month. I mean, that is an exhausting, monumental uphill battle. Now compare that to a model like AI consulting. You can walk into a local business, set up a simple AI workflow, and charge them $1,000 to $3,000 right up front. One path is just a relentless grind for micropennies, and the other is a direct, high-value transaction. And hey, if you thought fighting the YouTube algorithm was tough, let's talk about building an AI software or SaaS company. This quote right here is a brutal reality check from our source, who actually did successfully sell a software company for a life-changing amount, but only after years of absolute misery. They said, "That business sent me $30,000 in debt. Software is without a doubt the hardest business." Sure, today you can use a tool like Base 44, type in a prompt, and spin up a perfect finance app in like 20 minutes. But because it's that easy, the market is saturated times 100. Unless you have millions in venture funding and a serious engineering background, trying to get customers to subscribe and actually stick around will leave you completely broke and pulling your hair out. Section 3, Tier B, solid side hustles. Moving up out of the traps, we find AI websites, AI Airbnb management, and AI clipping sitting in Tier B. Now, these are highly accessible and incredibly profitable. For example, there are thousands of local businesses still running these clunky, outdated 2006 WordPress sites. With AI, you can spin up a flawless, professional upgrade in 15 minutes. Or you could use AI to completely automate guest responses and payment changes for busy Airbnb hosts. The profitability is fantastic because your only real cost is just your AI subscription itself. But there's a catch, and that's scalability. You only have so much time in a day to fulfill website orders or deal with clients, which means these models eventually hit a very hard income ceiling. They are absolutely amazing side hustles, but they won't scale to the moon. Let's actually zero in on one of these, the AI clipping hustle. This is a remarkably lucrative gig if you've got a strong work ethic, especially if you live somewhere with a lower cost of living where a few $1,000s really goes a long way. So you find a large content creator and use a tool like Creo to clip their long-form videos in just minutes. But here is the secret sauce to actually getting hired. Do not just cold email them promising to make 20 clips a month. They will ignore you. Instead, you post those clips on your own pages to prove you can actually generate views. Once you hit 1 million views with one of their clips, then you pitch them. If you come with that kind of proof, creators will gladly write you a check for $1,000 to $2,000 a month for your service. Section 4. Tier A. High reward models. Jumping into Tier A, we've got TikTok Shop content and AI consulting. For TikTok Shop, you're basically acting as an affiliate marketer. You use AI video generators like Higgsfield to spin up hundreds of product promotion concepts without ever having to show your face. If just one of those videos catches the algorithm and gets millions of views, you can earn tens of thousands of dollars in commissions on absolute autopilot. It does require some high-level skill in content creation, but the scalability is massive. And then there's AI consulting, which perfectly capitalizes on that knowledge gap we talked about earlier, generating huge profits with surprisingly low difficulty. Seriously, AI consulting can be incredibly simple. You literally just walk into a local business and introduce them to an existing AI employee app. For example, there's an app called Victor, which automatically checks a company's daily numbers and team performance. You charge that business up to $3,000 for a setup that costs you absolutely nothing but a few hours of your time. You didn't code the app. You didn't invent the AI. You just LARPed your way in, looked like a total expert, and brought a game-changing tool to a business owner who was completely clueless that it even existed. It's brilliant.
Section 5. Tier S. The ultimate winners.
And here we are, the top of the mountain. AI commerce, AI digital products, and AI educational content. These are the absolute gold standards right now. Creating educational content on YouTube about AI, for instance, is phenomenal. You earn huge AdSense payouts and affiliate revenue just by sharing what you're learning along the way. But the true giants here, the ones with mind-blowing scale and profit, are AI commerce and AI digital products. Just take a second and look at this staggering number, $10 million. And this isn't some theoretical pie-in-the-sky ceiling. Our source noted that they've personally generated well over $10 million in their career simply by selling digital products. Plus, they're currently involved in a portfolio of AI e-commerce brands doing over $10 million every single year. That just goes to show how high you can actually climb when you leverage these specific S-tier models. So let's break down that AI commerce workflow to see how it actually operates. First, you partner with private suppliers for dropshipping. So, no, you aren't holding boxes of inventory in your garage. Next, you generate low-cost, high-converting video ads using AI generation tools. Then, you run those ads on platforms like Facebook to drive traffic to your store. Finally, you build a custom brand around these products and just scale it infinitely. This exact workflow is so accessible that our source mentioned helping a 17-year-old beginner go from absolute zero to over $100,000 in sales in just his first 3 months. Crazy, right? Equally powerful, and honestly perhaps even easier, is the AI digital product workflow. Before AI, you had to actually be a certified expert to write a book or launch a course. Well, not anymore. Now, you just identify an underserved niche, say busy parents needing schedule help, or 9-to-5 workers trying to organize their personal finances. You use an AI like Claude to write and design highly professional, incredibly helpful PDFs in about 15 minutes flat. You upload these $5 to $10 PDFs to Etsy, optimize your search keywords, and just watch the magic happen. When you combine this with a little organic content to drive traffic, you are quite literally making passive sales while you sleep. There are total beginners out there making $10,000 to $20,000 a month on Etsy doing exactly this with zero product creation costs. Which brings us to our final defining point. The tools are out there. They are cheaper, faster, and more capable than they have ever been in human history. So the question you have to ask yourself is this: how will you sell the knowledge gap? Are you just going to let this information wash over you and go back to your day? Or will you take this structured roadmap and start bridging the gap between this incredible technology and the millions of people who desperately need it? The opportunity is absolutely massive, but it's completely up to you to act on it. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.